Today I'm going to be showing you how to put together the flip-flap pages. So this is what we've all been cutting out, and these are the guides that you received in the mail. So this is your assembly guide and this is your cutting guide. So in addition to these, you'll need to have 2 pocket pages, which we'll be working on first. You'll need to have a packet of 12-inch flip-flaps, and we're going to use the 2 6-inch on the right-hand side, and the 6-inch and the 4-inch. A packet of paper, 2 additional sheets of white daisy cardstock, and a sticker pack. So what we're going to start with is how to attach a flip-flap. So with the opening at the top of your page, take your flip-flaps, and you'll feel very easily on there that this side of it can be peeled away and that's sticky underneath. So what I want you to do is fold that over and give it a good crease so that you've got the sticky side on the outside. And what we're going to do is we're going to stick that down here, and that's going to form the top flip flap on this page. So this part here, and then we're going to attach the bottom. So once it's folded over, it gives you a nice line. You can peel that away and then line it up with the top of the page. You can do this on side loading or top loading, doesn't matter. And there we have it. It's as simple as that. You'll then repeat the process, folding the sticky side away. That'll go here, and then these two will go on the sides of this page. So on the second page, it'll be one on the right and one on the left. And they'll be attached there, and they'll open that way. So that's your flip-flaps. Now you also need 2 additional sheets of white cardstock, and they will actually be the backgrounds for your 2 center pages. So this one will be here, and this second sheet will be in the center there. Everything else will be cut. So we'll start with this side. So on your cutting guide, you've got A1, A2 and A3 all cut from 1 sheet of this paper. And when you're putting it together, this is piece A1, this is A2, and this is A3. And if you can remember when you're cutting them where they're going, or put them straight into your flip-flap when you cut them, you'll find that you'll get a nice seamless pattern all the way through on this page once that flip-flap's open. And then on the second sheet of the same decorative paper, A4 is the top part here. Now when you make this page, you actually will make that page as a single page, and at the very end you'll cut it in half, but we'll get to that in a moment. So we'll just work with, once you've cut all of your sheets paper out, I want you to keep them in piles and slowly assemble them. So the very first step will be just putting A1 and A2 into the top half of the flip flap, and they just simply slide under. I wouldn't recommend you stick them together, it's easier to poke them in if they're single. Then you're going to work on this center part, which is a single sheet of white cardstock, and that will have your pieces in here. Now, one of the features of this layout is that everything is very similar. So the top of the pages are all the same, with that continuity of that orange line going right the way through. And when this one's open, the line follows through, and so does the top of the page, with the white being throughout the center. So once you've done this page, you can slide it in. Then we'll work on the bottom half of the page. Now, in your layout guide, this is the left outside, and the left inside is actually not one whole page, it's referring to 2 half pages. So this is the bottom 8" by 12" flip flap, and this is the A2 piece up here. So there's a mark at the top saying top flip flap, front and back. So this is the front page, this is the back of that page, and then the bottom flip flap is here and here. So once you've done that part, you can then move on to this second page here. So here we have A1, A2, and then A3 with your first lot of orange paper, and then your decorative pieces, and then this line also continues throughout the pages as well. So this line is also throughout here, so you get that lovely continuity on your page. By then you will have done this side of it. So this is, that part there is the bottom half of the flip flap. Okay. So we've had, that's A1. The top and the bottom are A2, and the centre is A3. So that's easy enough, and you can use your stickers to embellish. So this packet of stickers just about completely gets used. Just with the zip strip from this lovely decorative paper being used to decorate as well. Some of the stickers here. And then on the front of the 2 pages, I've used this sticker here. So this sticker will run right the way through the very front of the pages. Okay, we'll move on to the second part of the assembly. Now this page here, you'll actually assemble as a whole page. So you'll have 1 sheet of white cardstock from your paper pack, and you'll actually just assemble it as a whole page, and then you'll turn it over and you'll assemble the back, all as one page. Once you have this completed, then you can very, very carefully cut it in half. It's much easier to make the page as a single page and then cut it in half, and then you'll just pop it into the pocket once it's been cut in half. And that way you'll use 1 sheet of white cardstock for that page, and the same on the back. You'll use the back of it for this one. Okay, the centre is this part here. So this says right centre, so this is the page on the right, and this is the centre page here. And once again, now you will find in the cutting guide, this is actually a piece of glacier and this is lagoon. When I cut mine out, I didn't realise that I had used a random sheet of glacier from somewhere, but I didn't have anywhere near enough glacier to make that sheet. So this is glacier, but on my page, but on your cutting guide, it will be lagoon, and this piece here will be glacier. So don't be tricked when you're putting it together and this piece doesn't fit. Now, just as an addition, I've used another flip flap on the front. You don't have to. It's just an ideal way to add more photos to your page. Now, what I recommend you do is assemble this part if you are going to do it. Pop it into the flip flap and tear the sticker off, and then align the white inside the orange. Don't worry about the flip flap, it may not be square. So when you're sticking that down at the top here, you're aligning the white inside the orange. Okay, so I hope that explains how to put it all together. So I'll just go run through that one more time. So this is the front page. This is this assembly guide here, but it's actually 2 separate pieces. They are meant to overlap a little bit. This one goes on top, and that gives you that continuity for that line. This is the front, so it says right outside, left outside. That's the left outside and the right outside. Then we've got this page here. The left inside is referring to the bottom half of the flip flap and the top of the flip flap, and the left center is referring to this part here. Moving over to this side, we've got the right outside referring to this page here. We've got the right center, which is referring to this page here. And this is the back of, this is this page and this page, which is actually the back. When you're putting it all together, it's the back of this page here. So this is the front and the back, cut in half at the very end. I've used the zip strip here just as a decoration to match it in between. I've used the same on the bottom of what will be lagoon. You'll have 2 sheets of lagoon here. I've also used some sequins on here as well, and some more of the zip strip. So if you're nice and frugal with your zip strip, you can actually get a little bit more on there, and I think that might be actually 2 pieces. I think there might be hiding under there. I don't think there was quite enough to do the full amount. So once again in here, I've used some sequins, I've doubled them up, and I've raised these up with some foam as well. When you're looking at your assembly guide, the T, O and J are referring to the T, O and the J. Now if you want to do an additional orange one, you can. It depends how much paper you're left over with. And then on this assembly guide here, this is the M2 is referring to the orange. Then we've got the H is the white, the U is the lagoon, the N is the orange, and the I is the white. And then that's a sticker from the sticker pack. It's this sticker here. And then these are once again stickers with some foam tape and some sequins in the middle. And this was the last of the flowers here. That was all that was left over once I'd done this front one. Now with this front one, to get a little bit more out of your flowers, I've used this flower here and I've actually cut it just there, and that's given me some extra flowers in that. I've used the bottom half here and I've used the top half there. You could also use the title. I haven't put the title on mine, but you could choose to put the title here, the Delight title there. You've got the Live a Happy Life. You could also put that on there. I haven't used those either. If you don't have enough of the zip strip, these would look really lovely on there, or even at the bottom of these ones. You've got some more on this side that you could also use in the backs of these as well. Just give you one more overview. So we've got 1A, 1B, 1C. Sorry, A1. Yes, was it A1? A1, yeah. And then when you finish, you should have that lovely continuity all the way through. Thank you.